Hey, welcome to Germ Tesla. Today we're going to talk about the different ways that you can set up charging in your home. This is something I'm looking at currently. We're going to go through whether it's a 110 outlet or the level 2 charging with the 220. Also, at the end, I'm going to go through a little update that came out today. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to go through an update that of some news that happened today and how I reacted to that news. So, different ways to charge your car. You have level 1, you have level 2, and then you have level 3 charging, right? Typically, level 3 charging, which is DC fast charging, typically you're not going to find that in your home. That's going to be your Tesla superchargers or level 3 chargers that you'll find, and DC fast charging. Then you have level 2 and level 1. That's the only thing that's really available for the home market. So I've been recently doing some research on how I'm going to charge my electric vehicle, and I've gotten some quotes. We're going to talk about all these things, and then we're going to go through my needs. So first, we'll start with the 120 volt, or so people like to say 110, and that's basically like your outlet in your home that you would plug anything into. You can plug your microwave into it, your computer, your phone. It's got the 2 prongs and typically maybe 1 ground prong. So for charging an electric vehicle, the Tesla comes automatically with a charging cable and a 1 charging adapter, which is for the 110 volt. We'll break this down into the amount of miles that you'll get per hour on charge for your car, as well as any additional cost it's going to cost to you, right? The 110, get the adapter for free with the car. So no charge there except for what you pay for the car. 110s are very plentiful pretty much in any home these days, and there's a lot of times there is 110s on the outside of the house already for you, so you can easily charge your car with a 110 right out the gate. Now, as far as a charge rate, you're only going to see about 3 to 6 miles per hour of charge. Okay, so that means it takes 10 hours of charging to get 30 miles added to your car. And for a lot of people, that's not very doable based on their commutes. Some people it may be. Some people also maybe have more than 10 hours to charge their car, right? The next way to charge your car at your house is by having a level 2 charger, which is 240 volts. People call it 220. Now this is going to be kind of like what your dryer is plugged into. It's a larger 3-prong outlet, and so that's going to give you the ability to charge at a much faster rate if your car can charge on that rate, which the Teslas can. As far as rate of charge for the level 2 charger, or the 220 as I'm going to call it, Teslas typically can charge around 30 miles per hour. Compare that back to the 120 volt or 110. You're basically increasing the charge time by 10 times. 1 hour will get you that 30 miles of charging if you have, say, what Tesla recommends is a 50 amp circuit. So sometimes you may have to get your box upgraded in order to get this installed. You should probably have an electrician do this installation because this is high voltage, and it can kill you very easily. This is your more typical way to charge your car because it does get you a higher charge rate. It can charge you fully for your next day. You can easily charge your car full capacity overnight, but it does require some investment. You don't always see these style of plugs on the outside of the house, and very rarely do you even see them in the garage. So a lot of times, for people that have a garage, they'll have their circuit breaker in the garage, and they'll just do a breakout box, and they will install the outlet next to the breakout box. I have had an electrician quote this for me. I don't have a garage, so I'll be getting one put on the outside of the house. The cable's got to be run a fairly long distance to get to the outside of the house from the for my breaker box, and it's got a good bit of conduit that's got to be ran, and the box will be lockable as well. They quoted me roughly $900 to get this installed. Now I've seen anything from $600 to $1,200 depending on what you're doing. And if you're going to get it run, say, from the house to an external spot where they have to dig a trench, there are rules and regulations for how deep you have to dig that trench. A lot of times you have to pour concrete on top of it to make sure somebody doesn't accidentally dig into it. Because like I said, it is high voltage and it will kill you. That will increase the cost significantly. There is one other cost that you have to pay for that. Tesla does not give you a free 1450 adapter anymore with your car, which that's $35 that you have to buy through Tesla. Also, if you want to keep a cable plugged into it, and maybe so it's easier to plug up your car at night, and you want to be able to take your Tesla charger with the adapter and put it into the trunk of your car, you can you might have to buy some more cabling, which can be anywhere from $200 to $500. You could also install a Tesla home charger, which uses the same circuit, but it mounts hardwired into the Tesla charger. So for me, the way that works out, I'm going to have the electrician cost of $950, and then the cost of the NEMA 1450 RV extension cord offline for $193. That will be plugged in with a lock, wrapped around, and then the $35 adapter. We're getting very expensive very quickly, right? We're over $1,000 for this charging setup. So let's talk about what my requirements are. So I drive from work and back roughly 60 miles a day. Okay, so clearly the level 1 charging is not going to be good enough for me on a daily basis. Say we set that at 80% charge rate, and we don't ever go below 20% charge rate. We use the 20-80 rule. So that's 200. We're going to just rough calculations here based on the mileage that they say you're going to get, right? So around 248 miles of range at 80%, all the way down to 62 miles. So that leaves me around 186 miles. Obviously, with 60 miles of range on the 110, I'm going to need roughly 20 hours of charging. So I have to have a level 2 charger installed, which is what I'm doing. So if I want to say charge every other day, that's going to be roughly 120 miles that I need to charge up every 2 days. That's 4 hours of charging during that night. Or what I could do is I could charge every night. And if I charged every night, a more realistic number, we'll say it's not 60 miles. We'll throw in 80 miles, 60 to 80 miles. And that brings us around 2.5 hours a night. So that's good because I can make sure I'm not charging at peak times, peak usage hours. Also, be plugged in so in the wintertime I can warm up my battery before I go drive. So what this comes down to is that the level 2 charging is basically a necessity for me. I really want to get this charger installed before I get my new vehicle. Now, this is what I plan on doing. So they will be coming out of there, down on the brick, and down the brick that way. And installing right about there. Then what will happen, put a post in the ground here that will hold the cable and the charging cable with a lock. And that will go down to here, and I will have to back in the car which I think is longer than 20 feet to actually make the cable connect, so more than likely I will have to back it in to the yard slightly. So now you kind of see how I'm going to be dealing with my charging situation with my house with no garage. There was some news that came out today. Typically, when ordering a Tesla, the lead time to get the car or the delivery date is anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. And a lot of people have been getting theirs within a week. And so I was planning on getting my car in the middle of November. And so I was planning on ordering my car at the beginning of November, which gave me about 2 more weeks before I was going to place my order. But today, they changed the delivery times. Now it's anywhere from 6 to 9 weeks before you get your car. And I'm not sure why that is. I have some ideas. There's a couple of possible reasons why they're doing this. The first possible reason, I think, is because they're expecting a high demand before the end of the year when the tax credit's going to go away. And they're going ahead and being they're being proactive to go ahead and give people the idea that your wait time might be longer than that because it's getting close to the end of the year and those orders are going to start coming in now. This is the whole reason why I wanted to order mine in November, to kind of get ahead of that rush. Second possible reason for it, they have been showing a lot of Model Ys driving around and on delivery trucks. And there's been rumors that in Q1 they're going to start production on the Model Y in California at the plant there in Fremont, and that they're going to close down a line, and it's going to be the Model Y line. So one possibility is they are one line short on production, and so in order to keep up with production demand, the delivery dates are going to be a little later because they're one line short. And my third thought is they're expecting a really big push in Q1 for the Model Y. They're going to start with the first line down, and I think maybe they are planning on starting to build more of those Model 3s in the Chinese Gigafactory, because we know that they've started production on Model 3s there. And maybe that lead time is because there's a chance your car will be built there and shipped back over. Now, I don't think that one's true. I think that's the least likely, but there's a possibility that has something to do with it as well. They're going to push the Model 3 builds to China and build the Model Ys in Fremont. So those are my theories on this. So the big news behind this is the fact that when I saw that, I realized 6 weeks. Wow, man, if I order it today and I don't get it for 6 weeks, that's December. That's 2 weeks after I would want it. And if it's even longer, then man, that's even longer than I'll get it. I'll be lucky to get it by the end of the year. So I messaged the Tesla advisor that I've been talking to at my local Tesla store, or I should say not local. It's all stayed away from me, the closest one for me, and said, what's the chance of me getting a car? He said, go ahead and put your order in. So I had actually already put my order in. I thought the same thing. I put my order in today for my Model 3, as you can see here. And we'll see when I get it. So it's basically pushed my need to get a bunch of this stuff done earlier, such as the charging. I now had to push the date to get that charger installed earlier. There's some other things that I need to get done and set up. I want to get the wrap on the Tesla, at least on the front. The clear bra, or I'm not sure what all you would call it. It's the clear wrap, though, to keep it safe from rocks and things, because I do drive on the interstate every morning and at night, and so I want to protect the paint as much as possible. Yeah, I'm excited. I officially have an account with Tesla, and it says that I have a car ready, or set up. I filled out all the paperwork, and we're just waiting to see when I can pick that car up. And hopefully it's not 6 weeks. Hopefully it's more like 2 weeks still, and they're just being proactive, and it's not really 6 weeks if I order it today. But we will see. I'll keep you posted. So, thanks for watching, and if you enjoy this stuff, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can see when I post videos, and I'll be posting a lot more videos with my car once I finally get it, and I can't wait. I'm extremely excited. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.